Do you know what was so powerful for me? Do you remember that day? I don't even remember which of our guardians gatherings it was, but I remember so clearly the day were in Church Haven and we had the whiteboard, and it was the first day when it was very clear for us that we were needing to do exactly what you were saying, Shivani, this rebalancing of the feminine and masculine. And we had the whiteboard and we drew what does sacred feminine look like and what does sacred masculine look like. And what was nice about that was, in a world that polarizes the masculine and the feminine, and either the feminine is whatever it is and the masculine is whatever it is, and we say and speak so harshly and horribly about both these. What was beautiful about that was just realizing, firstly, that we all carry masculine and feminine energy, but also that it is beautiful where they're both beautiful. I really liked that because there's something about the narrative that makes it feel like we have to rubbish the masculine in order for us to be fully feminine, which is just terrible. And so it was beautiful to see that and embrace that and know that what part of what we are creating and aligned, even though there's so many females and it's so anchored in feminine, that we can invite the masculine and have more of it. And in fact, right now, we've been talking so much about needing more masculine energy in aligned and drawing it in and bringing it out, the females that are in our organism and also the males that come in that are in our organism, and having that come in and start to see the beauty of the blend. It was pivotal for me to know that there isn't a need to other when we're talking about to rubbish rather, or hate or speak badly about the masculine just because we're so pro feminine.
Yeah, and I mean, gratitude that we do actually have some wonderful men in our organism who really personify that positive masculinity.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess personify is also a great word because many of us don't have learned, felt embodied, haven't always had felt embodied experience with healthy masculine. And so just this having a world where we all can experience what that healthy masculine can look like is great.
So, if you had to think of one aspect of the feminine that is actually worked out in our structure, like either via the structure of the organism or maybe through our benefits in our program, what are the top things that would come up?
The one that comes first to mind for me would be the ability to do very deep listening. And it was deep listening to the patient's voice, but also deep listening to the people at the coalface of delivering palliative care, and weaving and co-developing the product with them. So that would be the one for me that comes to mind.
Mm.
Yeah, for me, there's something about the way we do some of our strategizing and kind of strategy making, which does do this thing of like drawing on multiple intelligences. It's aligned is. I've had the privilege of working, both at Percept and then Aligned. But I think, with the kind of evolution of what we've learned over time in terms of like building cultures and also my own kind of embodied experience of, really I can bring all of myself. Like this moment in Aligned is the moment where I feel like I can bring every piece of information with me to help us like design really good solutions for the future. And so that can be something that's in the dream space. That can be something that I've, kind of observed in a film, or is occurring in my family, or is a story that I've heard from a friend about their experience of the healthcare system. And all of that information can be brought in and integrated and is used as evidence. So there's something about that, like multiple evidences, multiple intelligences, like really kind of drawing wide to be able to then design intelligently for the future, which is very profound.
I'd say there's something about our organism structure, even calling it an organism, right? Organism is very alive, very fluid, ever changing. There's allowing for movement, allowing for the unexpected. Those are very feminine energy kind of things. While at the same time wanting to have the clarity, some of the structure, some of the logic, some of the momentum that often come with typically masculine. And I think having designed a structure that's non-hierarchical in nature, that's living and breathing, enables the manifestation of healthy feminine and healthy masculine working in an integrated way. I think a more rigid structure, a more top-down structure, a more non-distributed authority structure, all of those things, I think to a certain degree inhibits the ease with which one can manifest and embody and see coming to life this balanced masculine and feminine. I think so. Something about the wisdom that we got really about the organism structure that is busy unfolding, I think lends itself to the play and the expression of that. And for me, it's been great to experiment and learn and pull back and pull forward. It's been great. I really like that about our structure. And you, Ush?
Yeah, for me, it's everything about the benefit structure. From the fact that we have a team of people working around. So the team sort of ebb and flow depending on what the patient needs. There's that adaptability, but working in a team, the communication aspects of the actual benefit structure, the team must communicate, and there are tools in place. So there's unstructured communication as and when necessary, and yet it arrives in a structured way to achieve an outcome. So I think that's a very good version of like non-fluffy communication.
Okay, and we love the fluffy people.
But there's the listening actually that we codify through checking the outcomes that we are aiming for in the first place. Shivani's mentioned some of that, but then building that into the remuneration structures, both of ourselves and for the care teams. I mean, I think that is using feminine power in a very intelligent way to align incentives and to create coherence and a network, even in a benefits design in a very organized healthcare system with very strict rules. And I mean, obviously, the thing that is the most rewarding about all of this is the fact that it actually works. You know, that we are achieving the outcomes that we set out to achieve. No video is complete without us mentioning our outcomes.
I mean, I do think, I think one of the most amazing things that you said there is that it's codifiable. Like, these aren't just concepts that we've thought in our head. They're not concepts that we just think in our head or that we think are great ideas that are just airy-fairy. like they can actually be implemented. It can be implemented and actually work, not only work inside a line, but work for the people we're serving, but work alongside structures that are different to ours and call them to something else. And so the codifiability of it, because some people will say, oh, how do you measure compassion? And how, like those things are codifiable. One can measure that. One can actually put in defined ways of getting there. And so this way that we are, this it's a system that can actually live, which I really have appreciated being part of learning how to do that.
It's so interesting how like deeply embedded that sense of like if you do something like with a lot of feminine energy in it, that somehow it's not going to be as effective or as powerful in the world.
True.
And so it's like in a way it's not surprising at all that we're able to do like all of these things. Like we're able to do the right by the patient and deliver R500 million of savings to medical schemes, and unlock funding and stimulate a palliative ecosystem, and build a work environment, where people thrive and are happy and deliver returns to shareholders. Like it's because it's about multiplicity and it's about bringing more to the table. Like if you bring it seems so obvious, you bring the feminine and the masculine, like that's better than like just the masculine or just the feminine. But the prejudice is so deep that I think even in ourselves, we're like, oh, wait, like this worked,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, even a simple thing, like, for example, it's a healthcare system. There's a member, there's one person that you're allowed to offer benefits to. But in palliative care, because the practitioner is at home, there's the family actually that is being held. And the very nature of holding the whole family is what allows all of the benefits to accrue, actually. The family are the ones understanding what's necessary and creating the environments together with the patient. And so offering that generosity is what actually creates so much of what makes the system work. Like, how can we be so blind?
Yeah. Okay, before we have to go do our other things, has it been fun? Like, do you guys, well, I've had fun. Have you guys all had fun? Like, because the stuff we deal with is very serious. And I think, I don't know, other than when we went away and were singing in the combi, I mean, that's always fun. But just this process, has it been fun for you all? Yeah.
There's definitely been some hairy moments, no question. But absolutely, it's been so much fun. It's so rewarding. I'm glad that the roller coaster is not doing this so much anymore. It's kind of doing like gentle waves, not,
We are about to start this though. We are right in the cusp of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just such a privilege.
It is a privilege. It absolutely is a privilege and so much fun. For me, there are two big sources of fun, right? The one is relationships. So part of what's happened in the world is this denial of relationship. That you can't bring all of yourself to work. You can't be in deep relationship with the people that you work with. What a delight to be in deep relationship with all of you and everyone else. But also the creativity, like by being given permission to bring all of myself and all of these intelligences, it means I get to do like outrageously creative work. And that is fun.
Yeah, for me, fun is probably too light-hearted a word, because yes, it has been fun, but it's not. I mean, one can take or leave fun. It's been outrageously rewarding with a top rewarding outrageously rewarding with a top layer of fun and froth and all of that. But sure, the satisfaction and just the freedom of it, and seeing that flower in, in your very selves and in others that we bring into the organism. You see their bodies relax. You see how natural the environment is. You see them striving to offer the extra. I mean, it's just outrageously rewarding, that this whole journey.
So nice. So nice. So nice. And I mean, becoming is a thing that, I don't know, it can seem so nebulous, but to watch people flower and to see ourselves become, amidst giggles and chocolate and panic conversations and whiteboards and board meetings and laughter and kimonos. Gosh, we wore kimonos the other day. Like, amidst all of that, it's so beautiful because it's our journey of becoming. And I think for me, that's been the most fun thing, is that one can become an amazing thing through a mixture of the people, the intentionality, the smartness, the craze. It's great. That's been the most fun for me, is that we didn't have to script. I mean, we've thought a lot, but so much we couldn't script, It was so unscripted. We received things. It's been great.
Thank goodness we didn't see the script before.
Who would have come? Who would have said no? Yes, it is true. It is true.